Johnson was born on December 15, 1949, in Flat Creek, Missouri. His mother, Nell "Nay" Wilson, 1933 to 1975, was a beautician. His father, Freddie Wayne Johnson, 1930 to 2017, was a farmer. At the time of his birth, Johnson's mother and father were 16 and 19 years old, respectively. Johnson was raised in poverty in Wichita, Kansas, where his parents relocated when he was 6 years old. He graduated from Wichita South High School, where he was involved in the high school's theater program. As a senior, he played the lead role of Tony in West Side Story. His biography noted that he had previously appeared in Burnt Cork and Melody and The Hullabaloo. After graduating from high school in 1967, he enrolled at the University of Kansas as a theater major, but dropped out after 1 year. He subsequently relocated to San Francisco, California, to attend the American Conservatory Theater. Johnson has been married 5 times to 4 women. 3 of his marriages were brief. The first 2 were annulled within a matter of days. The names of Johnson's first 2 wives have not been made public, though they are said to have been a dancer and a rich woman. Circa 1971, Johnson lived with self-described groupie Pamela Despars. During the first half of 1972, Johnson met Melanie Griffith, the 14-year-old daughter of his Harad Experiment co-star Tippi Hedren. When Griffith was 15 and Johnson was 23, she and Johnson began living together in a rented house in Laurel Canyon. On her 18th birthday, they became engaged and were married in January 1976. They separated that July and divorced in November. In 1980, Johnson dated Sally Adams, mother of actress Nicolette Sheridan. In January of the following year, he met former Warhol model Patty D'Arbanville at a Los Angeles restaurant. The pair lived together from 1981 to 1985 but never married. Johnson and D'Arbanville have a son, Jesse Wayne Johnson, born December 7, 1982. Sybil Shepherd has written of a liaison with Johnson during the making of the television miniseries The Long Hot Summer, 1985. Johnson next had a relationship with Barbra Streisand, lasting into at least September 1988. Just days after breaking up with Streisand, Johnson, then 38, was linked to 18-year-old Uma Thurman. Johnson and Griffith reunited close to the start of 1989, and Griffith gave birth to a daughter, Dakota Johnson, born October 4, 1989. Johnson and Griffith were involved again from that year until 1996. Before reuniting with Griffith, Johnson was briefly involved with Dead Bang co-star Penelope and Miller. In 1996 to 1997, Johnson dated Jody Lynn O'Keefe, who played his daughter on Nash Bridges. Johnson was 47 at the time while O'Keefe was 18. On April 29, 1999, Johnson married San Francisco socialite and Montessori nursery school teacher Kelly Flager, former longtime girlfriend of Governor Gavin Newsom, at the Pacific Heights mansion of Ann and Gordon Getty. Actor Robert Wagner served as best man, and Mayor Willie Brown presided over the civil ceremony. Johnson and Flager have 3 children together: a daughter, Atherton Grace, born December 28, 1999, and 2 sons, Jasper Breckenridge, born June 6, 2002, and Deacon, born April 29, 2006. Johnson was best friends with journalist Hunter S. Thompson, who wrote for Nash Bridges, and his daughter Dakota saw Thompson as a godfather figure. In November 2002, German customs officers at the Swiss-German border performed a routine search of Johnson's car. Bank statements evidencing $8 billion in transactions were found in the trunk of his car. He was accompanied in his black Mercedes-Benz by 3 men, an investment advisor, a personal assistant, and a third unknown individual who could not be identified. Initially, it was thought Johnson was involved in money laundering, but he was cleared of wrongdoing. In May 2008, within hours of losing his Woody Creek, Colorado, home to foreclosure, Johnson paid off his $14.5 million debt. In July 2010, a Los Angeles jury awarded Johnson $23.2 million in a lawsuit against production company Risher Entertainment, from whom Johnson sought a share of profits commensurate with his ownership of half the copyright of Nash Bridges. Risher announced it would appeal the verdict. In January 2013, Risher settled the suit with a $19 million payment. Johnson's first major role was in the 1969 Los Angeles stage production of Fortune and Men's Eyes, in which he played the lead role of Smitty. The play included a shockingly realistic prison rape scene portrayed by Johnson. This exposure led to the quickly forgotten film The Magic Garden of Stanley's Sweetheart, 1970. Johnson continued to work on stage, film, and television without breaking into stardom. His notable films from this period were Zachariah, 1971, The Harrod Experiment, 1973, a film in which Johnson displayed frontal nudity, Lollipop and Roses, 1974, and A Boy and His Dog, 1975. In 1976, Johnson was the roommate of actor Sal Mineo at the time in 1984. After years of struggling to establish himself as a TV actor, Johnson landed a starring role as undercover police detective Sonny Crockett in the Michael Mann/Universal television cop series, Miami Vice. The show ran from 1984 to 1990. Miami Vice made Johnson a major international star. According to Rolling Stone, no one had more swagger in the Reagan era than Don Johnson. As Miami Vice's Sonny Crockett, the undercover detective and professional stubble cultivator who lived on a houseboat with his pet alligator Elvis, he embodied masculine cool in the era of Coke binges and Lamborghinis. The Sonny Crockett character typically wore $1,000 Versace and Hugo Boss suits over pastel cotton t-shirts, drove a Ferrari, wore expensive timepieces by Rolex and Ebel, and lived on an Endeavor yacht. Miami Vice was noted for its revolutionary use of music cinematography and imagery, and for its glitzy take on the police drama genre. In the show, Crockett's partner was Ricardo Tubbs, played by Philip Michael Thomas. Johnson's work on Miami Vice earned him a Golden Globe Award for Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series, Drama, in 1986. Johnson was nominated for the same award in 1987. He was also nominated for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series in 1985. Between seasons on Miami Vice, Johnson gained further renown through TV miniseries, such as the 1985 remake of The Long, Hot Summer. During the time he was on Miami Vice, he had set up an hour-long music video/pay cable program with video cassette versions of the programs Johnson had hosted being handled by distributor CBS/Fox Video. The project was a tie-in to his first album Heartbeat, which became available from CBS/Epic Records in 1986.